we're Chips and Salsa.
And in this video, we're going to give you 6 meal planning hacks for busy moms.
Hey, we're Chips and Salsa. My name's DeeDee.
I'm Ximena.
And we are 2 homeschool moms bringing you fun, practical, and encouraging tips.
Yes, we'd love for you to be part of our community. We mainly focus on homeschooling. We homeschool kids 10 years old through 14. So if that's you and you want to be part of our community, then join our videos, hit that bell button, subscribe to our channel, and think about joining our closed Facebook group, which is a community that we'd love to have you be a part of, where we find encouragement from one another and ideas such as these.
Yeah, so click the link down below. All right.
Okay, so meal planning. This is kind of my and yours bread and butter. We do love meal planning.
If you want some recipes and cooking videos, check us out on Instagram, Chips and Salsa Homeschooling, where Ximena gives us some tutorials on our Insta stories sometimes.
You do too.
I'm just the average Joe.
Oh, come on. Without further ado, we want to share these hacks with you. These are tips that we have developed over the years, just out of necessity, because we've had to be creative, we've had to be frugal, we've had to be efficient because we're busy. We're always homeschooling, we're busy at church. I don't like saying the word busy, but it's true.
But it's true. And we prioritize eating at home, cooking for our family.
Yeah.
So you have to plan.
You really do. So we won't go over the benefits of meal planning, but obviously there's health benefits, there's budget benefits to eating at home, and also just teaching your kids and forming their palate. We do have a great video on feeding picky eaters and nutrition, so check that out. And let's get started.
All right.
Hack number 1.
Alliteration in your weekly menu.
This is something that I started doing because it would really help me plan. I think I would get really overwhelmed with, what did I do last year? What did I make? What should I make?
Yeah.
So it's like, what if I just categorize every day? And so I started with meatless Mondays, but I kind of got sick of that because...
So I was doing meatball Mondays.
Yeah. So meatless Mondays, it doesn't really quite work when you're trying to be low carb. So that went out the window. So now it's miscellaneous Mondays.
Oh, that's cool.
So we just basically have anything.
Right. And then there's always Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. And then we have Wandering Wednesdays. And we wander to some part of the world. So it could still be Mexico. Because I'm Mexican, so I make a lot of Mexican dishes. But that's when we'll have our Italian dish or our Greek dish, or I'll make some chicken tikka masala, Thai, anything.
Yes. I think that's awesome. And then Thursday.
What do you do for Thursday?
Oh, for a while I was doing Thirsty Thursday, where I would make some kind of soup.
Yeah. I do Thrifty Thursday, mostly because my husband doesn't typically eat dinner on Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
Because he plays soccer, so it's like leftover night, or like eggs or anything.
Yeah, breakfast for dinner.
Yeah, make yourself dinner. Thrifty Thursday. So yeah, we try to eat up all our leftovers that day, or whatever.
Yeah. And then Friday. What do you do for Friday?
I do Fun Friday because that's typically our date night, so we typically go out.
Yeah, I guess you could do Fish Friday.
Oh yeah. Fish Friday.
Fish Fry Friday.
How about
fried food on Friday?
Fried Friday. Well, they do have that Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
So something like that.
Yeah. And then Saturdays, I really actually kind of chillax on weekends, and I did have planned like supper Saturdays where I would reserve that day to actually make a nice big meal that sometimes my family misses. Like my husband said, we miss sides. Because lately it's just been like, a meal, just like a main dish and maybe a side or whatever.
Right.
But, I used to make lots of stuff, or like 2 or 3 sides.
Like
so
Thanksgiving feast,
right,
on the weekend.
Right. Yeah, but Mexican food is really time consuming.
Yeah.
So, if you're making the beans and rice and stuff, but I'll reserve that on Saturdays. I did that last Saturday and I hated it. So, not last Saturday, the Saturday before. It was really time consuming. I was so tired.
Oh.
So maybe I'll go to once a month for that. But otherwise, you know, we make sandwiches, whatever, something simple.
Right. And then Sunday?
I just call it Sunday Fun Day, but it's mainly because usually we'll do In and Out or,
Oh, okay, yeah.
you know, whatever.
Yeah, we usually eat out on Sundays. About half. Half the Sundays
yeah.
we'll eat out.
Us
Half
too.
I'll put a roast or something in the crock pot.
Yeah.
Because we're at church all day on Sunday.
Yeah. So it helps
Something
to not eat out both. Yeah, we do the same thing. We usually do something cheap. But anyway, alliteration helps you remember and plan better. So that takes it to hack number 2, which is plan weekly menus.
Mm-hmm.
So based on the alliteration days or however you want to categorize your days, then you can plan a weekly menu and it helps. It's just easier. So then I'll be like, okay, miscellaneous Monday, what do I have? I usually start off with what I have in the fridge.
Right.
So, or in the freezer. If I know I have a pound of ground beef or whatever, I'll start off with that because I want to use that up. It's budget friendly. I want to make sure that doesn't get neglected or forget
Frostbitten.
it. Yeah, exactly, frostbitten. So, plan wisely and then also simple. And like I said, leave big meals for the weekend or special occasions.
Yeah, well, especially if you're have a field trip that week, or you know that you're going to be going out in the evening that week, then you need to plan accordingly.
Yeah.
You can't plan to make a really elaborate meal if you're not going to be at home.
Don't make a whole roast chicken in the oven.
Right, and
when
then you're
you've been
not
at
going
the
to be
zoo all
home.
day. Yeah. So definitely plan for that, and also plan like if you're gonna have people over.
Right.
If you're not gonna be eating dinner at home because you have some function or whatever, you want to plan all of that ahead of time and not overbuy or buy things that can go to waste.
Right. The worst thing is having all the vegetables that you bought go to waste because you didn't end up eating at home.
And it happens, but I hate it when it happens.
Yeah,
so
me too.
Meal planning is key. And even so, it's not a perfect system, but it's much better than not.
Yeah. And having a refrigerator that works
Yeah.
has been awesome because I definitely don't waste as many vegetables with that.
Yes. Efficient refrigerator.
Number 3, use the ingredients for more than one meal.
Mm-hmm. This is a budget hack that I discovered when I stopped working and
Yeah.
I started staying at home, and I was like really trying to find every way to be frugal. I would find that if I bought Parmigiano Reggiano, which is like $7-8,
Right.
I'd be like, I better use this cheese for more than spaghetti.
Right.
So, I would make Parmesan crusted fish or, Caesar salad or whatever, anything that's gonna take.
So planning to use up that perishable item before the expiration date or whatever.
Yeah. So if you're gonna buy a huge bunch of basil, for one dish, then make sure the rest of your meals have some sort of element of basil so that it doesn't go to waste. Or make it into a pesto and save it for later, that kind of thing. Okay, hack number 4. Use your cool appliances like Instant Pot, that's my favorite right now, the crock pot, your rice cooker.
Right?
And you know what? Cookie sheets, because for roasted vegetables, it's the easiest, just simplest way of making vegetables.
Absolutely. It takes no time and they come out delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I like to do is just one pot meals.
Those are great.
So usually I won't do a spaghetti. I'll just do a pasta and I'll throw my noodles right in there. You can do that in the Instant Pot or in a regular pot instead of cleaning 2 pots.
Yeah. You could do the same thing with pans too, like oven. You could do a lasagna is a one thing. Well,
Yeah.
actually, well, maybe not because you have to cook it first or whatever, but there are things that you can make in one pan and then that's it. You're
Right.
done.
So casseroles and things like
Casseroles,
that. I also do an Asian bowl. So I might make rice in the rice cooker, but then everything else is in the one pot. The vegetables, the meat, it's spicy, it's delicious.
Yeah. So the Instant Pot has really been a huge blessing for me this year. I have called myself an Instant Pot queen because I use it for almost every meal. And I can't do without it anymore because my life is so busy and I'm so tired by the time I'm done homeschooling that I don't want to start cooking this huge elaborate meal and having things in the Instant Pot knowing that it's going to come out great and that the nutrients are locked in there and it's going to be quicker than usual has just been such a relief for me. And the meat always comes out so tender. I made beef bourguignon there, it was just divine.
Yeah,
delicious.
That's awesome.
And then you make some roasts and stuff in there all the time.
Well, yeah, and it's so easy to put a whole chicken into the Instant Pot.
Yeah.
Or pieces, and it comes out great. You can also use the timer feature, which I've done on potatoes or sweet potatoes, and they're perfect, and you didn't have to turn on the oven.
Yeah.
And you don't have to start cooking early in the morning to have the meal.
Which is the thing with the crock pot, which I used to love, the crock pot, but you do have to do a lot more mental planning.
Right.
Yeah.
I still love my crock pot, and something I discovered this year was roasts don't need spices. I feel like that was one of my challenges, was okay, what all ingredients do I need to put into the crock pot? It just made it a lot more daunting. But I saw this YouTuber who put a roast into a dry crock pot. So I think it was a chuck roast. I've also done it with brisket. I've also done it with sirloin, but that's more lean. So a little oil or a little bit of water in that might be helpful. But literally a dry crock pot, salt, garlic, go.
Yeah.
It's the most tasty, delicious roast ever. And then you come home and make some rice and vegetables to go with it, and you have a great meal.
And you're done. Yeah. Chili is a one-pot meal. I made pumpkin soup the other day with all that leftover pumpkin that we had from Thanksgiving. So there's so many great things that you could do. So endless Instant Pot recipes, crock pot recipes, all online, available for you to feast into. There's books. There's no excuse, really.
Really? You have to, there's a learning curve, but
for sure there's a learning curve.
You gotta do it.
Once you get it though, it's gonna be fast and efficient and you're gonna do great.
Yes, you are. And then hack number 5, you have to have your staples stocked. So keeping a running list, I have a shopping list on my phone. So when you run out of ketchup or chicken stock, eggs, just put it on your list right then so that you always have some things on hand.
Those are so great for emergencies, somebody else is coming for dinner that you didn't expect or whatever, and you need to make an extra dish. Or, I forgot to plan something for Friday. Or now it turns out my husband is eating dinner on Thursday, so I have enough stuff to make a frittata. I have enough, and so tomato sauce is one of those things. Spices, all your spices, you always want salt and pepper. Eggs, cheese, if you eat bread, tortillas are a big staple for us because you can make almost anything, out of that. And then, so just things like that, you'll get to know your staples the more you cook, but always have those stocked. Mayo, all the condiments. Yeah. All that stuff is important. Hack number 6, utilize your leftovers wisely.
Yes. This is huge. We're a family of 6 and we eat a lot. We're kind of known for our big appetites in my family, which means the leftovers are this much,
right?
So what am I going to do with this little bit? So I've really learned how to utilize my leftovers better with turning that into a soup, turning that into machaca, vegetables and eggs, fried into whatever meat I had cooked in the Instant Pot or the crock pot to make that into a new meal or another meal or a brunch or whatever.
Yeah, same here. If I have leftover chicken, I'll make enchiladas or, something where you only need a little bit of meat and you can fill it up with the rest. So it just takes a little bit of creativity, but, then your food won't go to waste.
Yeah, we'll start with eggs because I feel like everything can go with eggs.
Right.
Eggs and pasta, eggs and meat, eggs and vegetables.
Eggs and fish.
Eggs and fish. Fish is a thing for breakfast in some countries.
I know. All right, well, I think that's it. I hope these hacks have helped you. Do you have any meal planning hacks? We want to hear about them down below.
And share this video with your friends Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.